Hello and welcome. My name is Carsten Lützen. I'm a Scrum Master and Agile Coach. In this video I will share a concept that I have actually gotten quite fond of. It might be seen as an anti-pattern, but for me I'm also seeing it more like a way to give time for deeper alignment. So let's imagine that we are in a session where we are going to look at, let's say, working agreements or anything that people is really passionate about. And it might be that we have set aside 1 hour or something like that to get through this content. And then at one point we might end up in a topic where people are super passionate and they could literally keep discussing for hours. These discussions are to some extent super helpful, but at one point we might also lose a lot of the participants if we have 2 or 3 people just discussing a lot and not really leaving a lot of space for the rest of the group. You can tackle that in different ways as a facilitator. I have started to use this concept of an emergency break, and I introduce it as part of the session rules, that we have this emergency break. And if you at some point is not satisfied with the content being presented or created, you can at any point in time pull this emergency break. That means you now have the responsibility on this piece of content, and you will make sure that it gets to a state where people can agree, and you will drive it, but outside this meeting. And we can use this, for instance, let's say we have something people are super passionate about. They have been discussing for a couple of hours, and you can start to see how some people are falling asleep and zoning out, also online. And to stop that from happening, I would invoke this emergency break and then say, person 1, I can see you're super passionate about this. I can also see that time is slipping, and I would really love if you would also agree that you can pull this emergency break and then take it and continue driving this outside this session. And then I will help as a facilitator to set up a session in a week's time from now, where you have then refined this to a state that you and the other and person 2 that we're discussing can agree on. And then we can take it back into plenum, and then hopefully everybody can then agree. In this way, we are respectful of the rest of the group's time, but we're also respectful for person 1 and 2 that really wants to discuss this in depth and are really passionate about it. And we need to turn this passion into something constructive. And that is why I've grown quite happy for this emergency break concept. It's super simple, and the trick here is to not force it down people's throats, but just say, for the sake of the group, I think it's time for us to move on. So I've pulled the emergency break on your behalf. I hope you agree. If not, let me know, then we can see what we're going from there. And then just be super transparent on why did we invoke the emergency break and what does it mean. So if I am to recap, so pull it if you disagree a lot with the content. Pull it if you disagree. And then you own. And you get it approved. And you get it approved. I'm hoping that some of you will share how are you dealing with a situation like this. And please comment, because it's a super interesting topic, at least for me. And as always, comments, questions, ideas and feedback to these videos are more than welcome. And then have a super awesome day.